So the word on the grapevine is newly crowned middleweight champion Zhanibek Alimkhanuly, also known as Zhanibek, will be defending his middleweight title, specifically the WBO middleweight title, in November, the 12th of November, I believe, in Las Vegas. And it will be against, drumroll please, Denzel Bentley. A strange one, I agree. I saw an article on Boxing Scene, I believe, last week, where this fight was, I guess it wasn't formally announced, but it looked like it was set to be made. Since then, I've had some inside information, let's say, which may or may not be from one of the participants, who basically is certain that this fight is going ahead. So, for all intents and purposes, Zhanibek Alimkhanuly versus Denzel Bentley in November in Las Vegas. I say that this is a strange fight because it's just, how did it come about? I mean, I can understand how it came about because Zhanibek fights on ESPN. Denzel Bentley is a Frank Warren fighter, fights on BT Sport. Frank Warren and Bob Arum seem to have a good working relationship. Historically, Frank Warren has also had a good relationship with the WBO. And Zhanibek is, of course, WBO middleweight champion after Demetrius Andrade formally vacated and Zhanibek was upgraded to full champ. So I understand how it's come about, but why? Because if we look at Zhanibek, who I've said in my last video about him, I rate Zhanibek quite highly. I think he has the potential, it's just potential right now because I don't think he's been truly tested, just potential to be a boogeyman at middleweight. I think he's a really, really good fighter, a lot of potential, a lot of skill, and I still want to see him in those fights though, because his most notable opponents have just been Rob Brandt and Hassan Ndam and Jickham. And look, these aren't the most high-level fighters, but at least they've been in against plenty of other guys. Rob Brandt's been in with, well, actually both guys, both Ndam and Brandt have been in with Murata twice. Brandt also fought Jürgen Bremer a few years ago. I think that was in the World Boxing Super Series at super middleweight. Hassan Ndam also fought Fedor Chudanov, Callum Smith, Martin Murray, who else? David Lemieux, Curtis Stevens, and Peter Quillin, and Hertzidze. Do you remember that guy, the Danny DeVito looking guy who got locked up? And a whole other bunch of peripheral middleweight and super middleweight names. So it's acted as a good gauge. And to be honest, I've seen both of those fights. Zhanibek never got out of first gear, and he dealt with both of those guys pretty handily. So I think he's definitely a world level operator. Is he going to be dominating the middleweight division? I'm not sure. However, this fight here, I think, with Denzel Bentley, I think it's a matter of Denzel Bentley losing to Felix Cash. Okay, not a good look, but he managed to get back his British title, I believe. And since then, he's fought, was it Linus Adofia? Who else? Marcus Morrison. And now he'll be going into a fight with Zhanibek. I suspect, I may be wrong, but I suspect Frank Warren has seen that Denzel Bentley is, I think it's fair to say, struggling at British level. Because, of course, he lost to Felix Cash. That fight wasn't particularly close. I don't really remember Denzel Bentley doing anything meaningful in that fight before being stopped. Even the Marcus Morrison fight recently. You know, Marcus Morrison, he is a proven quantity. You know what you're going to get with him. And it's not a particularly high level of performance from Morrison. I think it's fair to say that. Is he a gatekeeper? Maybe it's a bit of a stretch to call him a journeyman, but I think he may be heading towards that kind of status. And so, yeah, I don't want to sound harsh on Denzel Bentley because he's clearly got some talent there. He's clearly got some ability, but in my opinion, this fight is just way too early. And I see it as maybe a little bit of a cash out from Bentley's people, Frank Warren and whoever else. Maybe they're this opportunity has arisen for Bentley, and they say, you know what, go for it. I mean, at the end of the day, you do need to have a bit of a gung-ho mentality. But yeah, I think this fight is just way too early for Bentley. I quite firmly, with near certainty, pick Zhanibek, unless, I don't know, maybe he goes in the ring injured or ill or severely overlooks Bentley and doesn't train at all. But other than that, I think he's going to be dealing with Bentley with relative ease. But that's just my take on this fight. Some news in the middleweight division. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you like this fight? Do you think, like me, that it's a strange fight and how it's come about? And yeah, leave it down below. Who do you think wins? Are you, like me, siding quite heavily with Zhanibek to win this? Or do you think that Denzel Bentley is in with a chance to shock the world? Not that Zhanibek is particularly well known. But anyway, leave it down below and I'll get back to you. And as always, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you on the next video.